In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football. A press area which is usable. The amount of grounds I've been to, and you sit down and there's no bench to write on, there's no electricity, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no heating, and it's horrible. And I'm sure you're all thinking, well, you're just looking after yourself, Chucky. But you're right, I am. But the FA could help in all of that. And in the sitcom, the American sitcom, which was called, I've lost it now. It was called Saved by the Bell.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The headmaster, that's with an extra R, was called Mr. Beldinger.
Because we know his feelings on it. We should have Father Christmas in here. And he should be sitting here on a match day, Bournemouth St Michael's, get him in here, and then, do it that way.
For the kids to sit
get a photograph in the Corby Town Media Centre.
Hello!
Hey!
Yay!
Hey!
Hey! Just to be different. This is Corby Town TV, and we're on the YouTube channel. And please, if you're watching this and you think it's quite fun, hey! Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button. And it's kind of groovy like that. So we need to focus. We need to focus, Michael, on the games we've got coming up in the month of December. Now, we mentioned in the last podcast that on the 9th we're playing the team known as Market Harbour Town.
We all did.
And we'll wait and see what happens there. Should be a big game. We're looking for anybody. Well, hopefully there's been some match sponsorship that day. You know why we need match sponsorship, don't you?
Why?
Because there's a little bit more revenue coming into the club, which means we might be able to buy one of those players. Because if we're talking Market Harbour, they've got half a dozen boys that used to play for Corby Town. They've gone there. And they might have just gone for the money.
The whole team's ex-Corby, isn't it?
Well, Anyway.
You can run a whole list like that.
So that's the 9th. And then on the 16th, we don't have a game.
We do not have a game.
We've already had that game.
Yeah.
And we played
Shepshed.
And we've had that. So we've got no game. But we think that there's a possibility, and we need to speak it with Billy, whether or not the club shop will be open, but check the socials for details on that. So if you need anything. But we are at home on the 23rd.
We are?
So if you need anything, you maybe need to order anything for that bloke with a swag bag to drop off for the kids. I don't know. You can order your stuff there through the club shop. But so we are here and available on the 23rd when we play Bournemouth St Michael's.
Yep.
A team you like because it's got the word Michael.
It is indeed.
In the name. And that's on the 23rd.
Yep. Anything with Michael in, it's fine.
Because that's where you buy all your clothes, St Michael's, isn't it? M&S.
Yep.
And get all your beer.
No, don't
coffee.
drink.
Gets all his coffee from St Michael's.
Tea.
Right. Okay. Some Bournemouth St Michael on the 23rd. Bring your hats and scarves. It's going to be a bit chilly.
Mentioning that, actually, I spoke to Billy, and this will be in the future, so hopefully by the time this comes out, there will be hats.
All right, okay.
They only, at the time, had bobble hats, but not the black, beanie hats.
Oh, boy, like the Peaky Blinders. Or are they getting them too?
I don't know about that. I have no idea.
But, because we like a badge.
Like that.
All right, like this. Yeah. Cool. But black and with a club badge on it.
You would think so.
Excellent. So they should be in the shop, should be available. There's some nice ties, there's some nice cups. There's you can get a photograph of the team for a £5. A team shop.
Can you?
Yeah. Half the team not in the team anymore. But,
has it got Stevie Noble in it?
No.
Oh.
But it's a nice picture, and I've placed an order in because I need to get a shirt over to the States. So I'm sure Will isn't watching this, so he's not going to know. It's not going to.
Do you think if we got somebody to take a picture of you and me in here, we could sell it for 25p?
No.
Really?
20 pence maybe. I don't know. I mean, if anybody wants to come in here and sit on the boxes as if it's a real TV studio and have your picture taken, just let us know. We'll bring you down here on game day. You can sit here and we'll take a picture with your phone, and you've got all this Corby paraphernalia behind you, and you can have it. You know, just when you advertise it and send it out in your socials, just put hashtag Corby Town TV. We'd be happy with that. That's one way of getting it out.
I got a great idea. This is for all the people, not Chuck, because we know his feelings on it. We should have Father Christmas in here, and he should be sitting here on a match day. Bournemouth St Michael's, get him in here, and then do it that way
for the kids to sit.
Get a photograph in the Corby Town Media Centre with Father Christmas.
If you can find anybody who wants to play such a character,
I know the ideal person.
David Tilley would do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm not prepared to do that. That's a ridiculous idea. I'm far too busy.
It's for the kids.
I don't care. Kids, I don't like them. There you go. But no, it's a good point. It is a good point. We could get a stuffed Santa, and you could come and have your picture taken with him, or because everybody's busy. This is the problem with the football club. The volunteers are at the football club very, very busy on match days. But yeah, it's a great idea.
Do you know what we should do? Because every sort of, you call it a show, podcast, whatever you want to do, when it's Christmas, they put a Christmas tree up. And I think a Christmas tree behind this fella would be absolutely brilliant.
Please send your requests and thoughts on the back of a sealed down envelope or postcard to the address you see on screen now. Every year there was tears in our house at Christmas, and it's just a horrible time. I just don't appreciate it or enjoy it. And yes, people say, and this is the other thing. People say, "Oh, but it's all about family now." Well, in that case, have it a different day and stop hijacking something that the Christians think is really cool. Have it, you can't have it both ways. So, and tomorrow, if we go back in time, today is actually the eve of Thanksgiving, isn't it? So, enjoy Thanksgiving and give thanks for things. I don't know, like petrol being £1.60 a litre. I mean, it's shocking. So, rant over. Bring on some football. I hate it.
Well, how can we follow that? I don't know I don't really know.
So you mentioned the 23rd, and we are here at Bournemouth St Michael's, and then on New Year's Day.
We've got that ridiculous situation in between that.
We do,
where we don't play on Boxing Day. We play on the 27th,
which is the first time in a very long time. I mean, sometimes Boxing Day falls on a Sunday, and then they move it to the bank holiday Monday. Well, that seems sensible, but because we are away at Cambridge City, the game has been postponed to the day after. So we're not playing Boxing Day at 3:00. We're playing on the 27th, 28th, is it?
I think it's the 27th.
27th of December.
I'll put the date on the bottom of this in case we've got that wrong, by the way.
Away at St Neots. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go.
Cambridge City. And they play at St Ives.
Oh, St Ives.
Yeah.
So if I'd gone to St Neots, I'd have missed the game.
Absolutely.
St Ives.
They play at St Ives.
I've never been to St Ives.
Have you not?
No.
3G, 4G, whatever you call them.
Plastic pitch.
Yeah.
Because I did think I hadn't been to Gresley, and I had been to Gresley. I remembered when I got there, I thought, oh, there's that mural. There's a mural on a big wall.
You were there the day when we won 4-1 and Jordan Crawford scored that goal.
So, It's weird how you remember some football grounds. I remember Fisher Athletic.
Oh, my goodness.
And a player whose surname was King scoring a 30-yard shot. And it was weird because Corby Town don't often play in London. And Fisher Athletic was down in the docks off Rotherhide Road in London, and we don't play in London very often because of the Isthmian League, but we won't get into that because that's a whole nother rant. It was just a bit weird. We played both the Enfield teams, and we'd played at Sittingbourne, and we'd played at certain areas around there, but we never played anywhere right now. We played at Hendon a couple of times. I think we played the Police at Hendon. Played the Police in the FA Cup.
Police.
Yeah. But London. It's a place that Corby Town don't often go to. Where was that other place? We had somebody in a cup, and it was a couple of miles away from Arsenal. You could smell it. It was horrible. He's on his phone now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm just verifying that it is played at St Ives, and it is the 27th of December.
7:45 kickoff. 7:45.
7:45, Cambridge City, St Ives, not St Neots.
So that's actually closer then.
I don't know how far it is.
St Ives is, if you go the other way, well, maybe not. We'll look at that. We'll look at the detail. But so, and then you've got the game on the bank holiday Monday here versus Russian Diamonds and Higham and Diamonds. And I'd hate to think that if we haven't won at home by then and we're playing Diamonds,
Well,
bottom of the league, haven't won a game all season. I don't.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
And that would be a day when they kind of roll the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah,
1-0 on 94 minutes.
I don't know.
So
I mean, what we didn't mention in the last one actually, and it's been flashed everywhere really, is that goal Toby Hilliard scored against Gresley, the back heel. We know Joe Belworth. He scored an absolute belter and great goal, and you will have seen that. But the cheekiness of Toby Hilliard's back heel, the ball seemed to be going out. There was no way he could score. So what did he do? He improvised.
Yeah, and I took that because one of the fans filmed it from the edge of the park.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I took that and then wrote the words Toby Hilliard, and then when he scored, cheeky. That was me. I did that.
Ah, cheeky.
From my view in the stand, because I was sitting next to a referee's assessor, and we had quite a conversation about refereeing at our level. But I thought it was a lot nearer the old touchline than what it would, and it kind of bent and curled into the net. But you could see he was a good yard out, but he took it well and plaudits most certainly to Toby Hilliard. And hopefully we'll like to see that again. We like a goal, don't we? Talking of things that we've seen, have you seen the pictures of Corby Town Steel Park from the air that were taken over a game recently?
No.
I'll show you because it was quite good. And if I can remember his name, a bloke called John took the pictures, and they're quite extraordinary. The fact that he's taken it with it won't turn, but there you go. He's taken it over with a drone over the ground. On 4 different levels, so each side of the ground he's taken it. It looks really good because it's all lit at night, and you just see the big patch of green, and that pitch looks fantastic. So thanks very much for that. I took one and put one on Instagram. If you want to go back and look at that, it's a nice thing to see, and it looks pretty cool. Other people have taken drone shots of the club and the ground during the day. And they look pretty impressive with the word Corby written on the seat. So, yeah, thanks very much if anybody does that. If you tag us on, we'll certainly say thank you. So it's a nice thing to see.
We'd just like to say good night to our first guest.
Who was that?
He's now left. The other camera who's died.
Ah.
So we're only going to have one camera now because we had a game last night trying to get batteries charged up and things like that.
Technology.
Yeah. I didn't do it, so apologise. So now, one camera.
We're on it. We're up there.
Yep.
I'll keep an eye on that. So, and then moving into the new year, got that game on the 1st, and we'll bring you up to date with other fixtures that are happening after that as we go towards those dates in 2024.
Yeah.
And I think that first weekend of January, will also be the 3rd round of the FA Cup when all the big boys come into the old cup competition.
Really?
And one of those teams that won't be playing in the cup competition would be Barnsley.
Why?
They've been kicked out of the FA Cup for fielding an illegible player. It's the kind of thing that happens in non-league football, isn't it? But not usually at that level. And there's only one person then you can turn to and blame, and it's the club secretary. And it's a thankless task, but club secretaries, it's a job, isn't it?
Okay, right. I wasn't going to do this. I'm going to do this, right?
Oh, no.
Right. Points deductions.
Oh.
We're not going to mention any clubs at all. How do we feel about clubs being deducted points when they've not gone into administration?
Oh, it's a difficult one because you're punishing the club and the football team, or you're punishing the football team and not particularly the club. You can't take money off them because they obviously haven't got the money, so you then turn to the team. And I think it's very harsh on the players and on the management of the team that are trying desperately hard to get by. But I mean, I think there's going to be a lot more deduction of points. My problem is with the FA and maybe the Premiership in not doing things quicker, because now with what's happened at Everton, who have been deducted 10 points for one thing that's wrong, whereas Man City are 115 things that are wrong. If they're not relegated to maybe the third division, then there's going to be a disproportionate balance of against it. So maybe for the next 5 seasons, Man City have, for each of those seasons, are reduced at their start by 10 points or 20 points. And the same with Chelsea.
Wasn't there times, I mean, I'm not...
But unfortunately, it's the Premiership and the Premier League and the FA that need to get these things sorted quicker.
Didn't
I think that's the problem.
Juve suffer the same fate?
I think they did, yeah.
And Rangers?
And look at Rangers, they were dropped down to they had to start again. And, unfortunately, with Rangers, I'm not a fan by any means, but it kind of ruined Scottish football for 3 years because it meant that you only then had one team. We all know there's only 2 teams in Scotland. Oh, can you hear that? That's the Aberdeen fans going, what are you on about? And all those Motherwell fans going, how dare you? But yeah, it's a difficult one. But I would like to see Everton relegated, and I would like to see Man City relegated and Chelsea relegated. But then what happened this week? Apparently something was not particularly correctly done when Defoe went to Portsmouth from Tottenham 8 years ago. And now they're saying they're going to... That, you chalk it off and go, look, we can't go on things that are in the past that far because you're not... It doesn't affect anybody that's at the club now. Yeah, if the club has done something wrong, fine the club. But to take points off them now, when that team and the people running the team and the people in the team have got absolutely nothing to do with that transaction, that's just madness. So
I think the thing that will save Man City is these things were some years ago, weren't they? I think they were up to 2018. Nothing's happened beyond that, I don't think. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
It's just the time it takes for these things to happen, and I don't think that's right. So, it's...
And then the other thing, if that does happen to Man City, then for me, they're just going to kill football simply because how can you have the best team in the world not playing in the top competitions? It won't be the same.
I disagree with the fact that they're the best team in the world. I don't think they are. They're just another team from. I think if we're talking about things in the past, what happened with Arsenal being promoted from Division 2 into Division 1 at the same time with them moving from Woolwich up to Highbury, that shouldn't have happened, and it happened at the expense of Spurs, and that's why we hate them. And that's a strong word, but it's true. They should go back to Woolwich, build them a new stadium in Woolwich, and get south of the river. Come on! Again, obviously, these are the expressions and ideas and thoughts only of me and not of the club. Though if you have anything to say, please write to us on the detail below. You can find me on social media. So, yeah, it's football, innit? It's what we like. Football, innit? Hey! So, yeah. I mean, it's Corby being knocked about a couple of times. They've caused themselves their own problems. The last one happened with Kettering, though, wasn't it? They fielded an eligible player and were kicked out of the FA Cup, and that blame solely fell at the door of ex Corby Town fan, now Kettering secretary in Ian Hopewell.
Ah, right, okay.
So I'd say thankless job being a secretary, and maybe we should get Macca in to talk us through it, because all he seems to be doing is admin. But you know, I don't know. It seems that the FA have got some broad shoulders, but they're not helping. They're not helping the smaller clubs.
No.
And I think the amount of money the FA have got available to them, what they should be saying is trying to level up some of the clubs. We've been to football grounds all over the country in the last couple of 5 years, say, just before the pandemic up to now. And some of those clubs haven't got basic paraphernalia to help them, which would be beneficial to the club, which would be beneficial to fans, which would help the situation that they maybe have, bringing people into their club. So I think every club that in our level should have free Wi-Fi and certainly a press area which is usable. The amount of grounds I've been to, and you sit down and there's no bench to write on, there's no electricity, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no heating, and it's horrible. And I'm sure you're all thinking, well, you're just looking after yourself, Chucky. But you're right, I am. But the FA could help in all of that by helping these clubs cover that kind of thing. Because if we're all on the same kind of level and we've all got the same facilities, then it benefits everybody.
It does.
Yeah, you get free Wi-Fi up here at Corby Town. We're in a very, very lucky situation at Steel Park and supporting this club, because there is many things that have been awarded to us or offered to us that we can do to help the fans, and I think this is just one of them. So there's no other team at our level doing this, is there?
I think we struggle to get teams at higher levels doing this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go and have a look around the other podcasts by other football teams at our level and below. Above, and
see if you can find one.
Yeah,
done like this.
And quite frankly, I don't even think that I'm that good at it. I'm funny looking, but you know, that's what people want.
I'm rubbish at it. I don't care.
There's more people talk to me in the street now than they ever used to. It's nice though. Always say hello. Always say hello.
The problem is talking to you in the street. You've only got to mention certain things.
Yeah.
I'm not going there again, but there are certain things, but you know, we won't mention that anymore. So you get picked out in the street now.
Oh yeah. It's
You had to sign your autograph.
No, nobody wants an autograph off me. But
you sure?
Yeah, but I think I might do. We have made some postcards. This is a little side thing. We've got a collection of 8 postcards of Corby, iconic images of the town.
You're one of them?
No, I'm not. But I think in the next 8 pictures, maybe I should be one. I think what we should do is I should dress up as the steel worker and put me on a pedestal down there and just stand there with my ladle and just like the steel worker.
Maybe you could lead out the team dressed like that.
Oh, that would be great, yeah. I'm talking of leading out the team. Where's that bloody bird? Where's that raven gone? I haven't seen Robbie the Raven for a while.
No, I think he's flown the nest.
I see. I think what we should, it'd be great if Robbie the Raven could come in. I kind of think, though, he'd be a bit like having Mr. Blobby back on the telly, wouldn't he? He would be a bit boisterous. He'd be crowing a lot, wouldn't he?
Do you think...
Flap his arms and things would go flying.
Here's one. Do you think if we get the Raven back in Robbie the Raven...
Yeah. that we get a win.
We'd win a game. Maybe do you think the players look and they can't see him cheering them on is having a psychological...
When was the last time Robbie the Raven was at a game?
He hasn't been here this season.
Hasn't he?
No, didn't renew his season ticket.
Oh, well. We'll have to look into this. Things are, we're desperate for a win here at Still Park. It's just quite unbelievable how things haven't really happened for us here at home. So we'll just have to keep hoping that you've got to make your own luck, haven't you?
Just keep going, and who knows? By the time this comes out,
it might have happened.
It might have happened. It might not, but it might. Who knows?
If it hasn't happened by the beginning, it's got to happen this year. I don't want it rolling over onto that, because that's another big boundary in front of you. You got to jump through, and it'll be a hoop. So, yeah.
Here's one. I've got this one right. This is a record that any team will not want. And this is a question for everybody. Can you remember the last team that went a whole season without winning one game at home?
Oh.
And I don't know the answer. I just thought I'd ask the question.
Right. Yeah, I mean, in that case, I do know the answer. The answer, of course, was Rotherham Town. No, I ain't got a clue. Why would I pick Rotherham? Huddersfield. That's what I meant. So, yeah. We need to get some ex-footballers in as well. That would be nice. Some. If there's anybody out there, we've seen some ex-footballers come into the ground and sit around. So I've seen Sean Diver, and I've seen big Derek Walker. They've been at the ground. It would be nice to see them come up here and sit down and chat with us. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, if you think it would be quite nice to come and sit here, there is a heater. Just because we're wearing big outside coats and hats, don't think it's cold. I'm roasting. No, I really am. So, yeah. What are you looking for now, Michael?
I'm doing a bit of research. Yeah.
And, the only feedback that we generally get an awful lot on is the interviews that we have with the manager. Gary comes in here after the game, or when we're away on the edge of a pitch, and we talk to him, and it seems that lots of people agree with what he's saying. He's a very sensible manager. He says a lot of things that everybody kind of thinks, yeah, he's probably right, and he's honest, and I think that's the useful thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
He's a man's manager, and the player's a player's player, as he was when he was playing football. So it's great that he can give us this time and speak to us after the game. So and let us know his feelings. And yeah, when he spoke to us after that game against Quorn, yeah, he was devastated for himself and the team, more so for the team certainly. But we've just got to keep our chins up, and hopefully this strange thing that's happening here at Still Park is beyond us. If it isn't already beyond us by the time you see this. But yeah, get up here, support the Steelmen. Is your research nearly finished there, Michael?
My research is coming along very nicely.
Oh, okay. I like a bit of research. I'm doing quite a bit of research myself regarding the bands that played in Corby over the last...
Okay, I've got an answer for you. Chuck's going to like this one.
Right then. What's the question?
I put in there the last team to go a whole season without winning a home game.
Right.
Answer, the Invincibles Arsenal.
But didn't win a home game.
Yeah, but the answer it came with was Arsenal.
Well,
it didn't recognise between winning and losing.
Shocking. So web's bust, ladies and gentlemen. It's obviously not working. The World Wide Web is down in the same way that if you type in Google into Google, it breaks it. You can try that on the web when you have a moment.
But seriously, if you do know the answer to that question, we'd love to know the answer.
And try it, please. If you're using Google, type in Google and see what happens. It will break the web. Yeah. So yeah, on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, there's another half hour has passed us by.
Has it really?
It has. So what we'll say now is obviously do all the usual by unless you've got anything that is a burning kind of question.
No, I don't think so. We never have burning questions. All we just like to say is don't forget to go to the club shop, get your Christmas presents, stocking fillers, whatever. You know?
I like the idea of having my stocking filled.
And don't forget Chuck a Christmas present.
Don't bother. I don't even need a card. Don't even
Have you ever had one?
What?
Christmas present.
Well, yeah, I was as a child. I wasn't this.
As a child.
I wasn't this. Anti. So.
All right. Okay.
I just.
Yeah, we've done that bit.
We've
now,
done it
haven't
all.
we?
So so we're not going anywhere. But yes, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. This is Corby Town TV, and other social media channels are available, so have a look at our Twitter account. Please follow us on Twitter. Twitter's probably the best place to follow us if you want up-to-date detail on how a game is going on.
Yes.
And some nice pictures go out on the Instagram account. You can find that, most people do, because we also put out adverts for this channel and these broadcasts on the Instagram account.
We do.
And you can also find us on Facebook as well.
Yep.
So it's all there. And of course, if you haven't joined the Black and White Army, please do so. And if you are under the age of 16, make sure that you're registered to come here to Steel Park, so they've got all that detail.
Yep. And would you like to explain why we can't, as you explained very well before, why the official account can't put clips of goals and that out during matches?
Yeah, there's a dead time situation. So on a Saturday, I don't think it affects midweek.
I'm not sure.
On a Saturday, we can't put the information or any goals that we are filming out during the games. And up to 5:15 after the game. So if there are penalties and such when we're recording and people have got it, we can't stop fans doing it, but as a club we can't do it. So
we're talking about mobile phones, aren't we?
Yeah, mobile phone coverage. But if you hashtag Corby Town, there is a chance that we won't actually resend it out until later on that evening. So there are rules and regulations. I still don't quite understand why, because at this level, who does it affect? Nobody really, but the FA, obviously it's come from them and that's where the rules have come from. But kind of weird, but that's the way it is. We have to follow these rules. Whereas we don't have to follow Ofcom, which is probably a good thing, because I'm thinking we would have been shut down by now. Not as racist as GB News, allegedly. I have to say that because I don't want them suing us. But, we are far funnier than they are and nicer. Something wrong in that. We are far funnier and nicer than GB News.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but, yes. So when this goes out, obviously, we're getting into December by the time you'll be watching this.
Yeah.
So wrap up warm, stay safe and be cool. That's all. I don't mean be cool as in chilled, as in frozen. I mean just kind of nice.
Okay.
Put your heating on, wear a hat, and visit the club shop. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And what's the other one? The notification.
Notification, button. That bell. That bell is always there.
And in the sitcom, the American sitcom, which was called, I've lost it now. It was called Saved by the Bell.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The headmaster, that's with an extra R, was called Mr. Beldinger. Yeah, I don't think we'll go in. Beldinger, Mr. Beldinger. No. So, just a bit of trivia there, because we like a bit of trivia, and you can use that next time you're in an area where you need a bit of trivia, probably. So, we'll say goodnight for the time being, and we will see you soon here on Corby Town TV, on the YouTube channel. My name's Chuck, and that's Michael.
Hello.
Good night.
Goodbye.